Welcome back to a game almost legendary. At least the creator of the game, Kojima. Death Stranding, previous PS exclusive, like Horizon Zero Dawn, but Sony has acknowledged the fact that there are a lot of PC games that are willing to pay money for their games, so they actually bought a big studio responsible for porting PS games to PC. So in the future we're going to have even more ported PS games for PC. Now we're going to play Death Stranding. I'm not a fan of the gameplay. It's a glorified walking simulator, but the story is supposedly nice. So we're going to advance into the story. Once this loading screen has finished, which is taking ridiculously long. As a PC user, we have used one few seconds of loading screen, and it appears that this game is installing itself again every time I'm loading it. But it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's a console game. My expectations are low anyway. But the story is as of yet nice, so let's dive into it.
Sam, this is Di Hartman. There's a private room set aside for your use. Bridges perk. Take a moment to clean up, wash all that chiralium off, then come to the president's office.
By the way, you might notice I swapped the DLSS file. We are currently playing on an NVIDIA RTX, so we're playing with DLSS. And I swapped it a few minutes ago, the DLSS file with the newest one. You can change the DLSS patch, the level, yourself. 95% of the cases it works without any problems. So you can just take the DLSS file from a newer game that was released and just copy it into the game folder of your older game. The only problem is you can't port DLSS 2.x stuff onto previously known as DLSS 1.x stuff. So you can backport it to the old DLSS version. But if the game is running on DLSS 2. Whatever, it should work out fine. And yeah, that's it. This is hilarious. But I have to admit, they've done a pretty good job making a model of him. I mean, I've seen videos on YouTube. You have to imagine there is a chair, and then it is surrounded from all directions to the top with layers and layers and layers of lights and cameras. You're walking through a narrow passage, and you're more or less, well, shot at by cameras from 360 angle. I mean, sure, on the ground there are usually no cameras, and there is a gap where you need to walk into this sort of camera chamber, and then you sit there, or you stand there, you move around, and then they can depict you as a 3D model. I mean, the technology is evolving ever more. Technology. How can we... I'm pressing B? Ah, back. Okay. I was about to say, how can we stop this? Okay. Take a shower. No, not yet. Weapons rack. Under construction. BB under construction. Table. Monster! Wow. Whoa, this is high quality. I'm not sure YouTube has a big compression, but I can read everything. In the center, nutrition, serving size 8.0, servings per calories, total fats, sodium, total carb, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, sucralose, 2012 Monster and Corp. Whoa, bad bus that only. Well, this is the amount of quality that I want. I mean, of course, the amount of quality is only that high because it's a sponsored product, obviously. The firm, Monster. Wait, is Monster the firm, or is it just? I mean, I've drunk. I drank a few of these in my lifetime, even though really only a few, maybe a dozen or so, not that much. Is it a brand name, or is that the company? Monster Energy Company. Let's ask a search engine. Monster Energy is an energy drink. Yay, Wikipedia, please hurry up. Introduced by Hansen Natural Company, now Monster Beverage Corporation. So previously known as Hansen Natural Company. They sort of invented Monster Energy, and then they renamed their company to Monster Beverage Corporation. As of 2019, Monster Energy has a 35% share of the energy drink market, the second highest share after Red Bull. Well, I'm not a big fan of energy drinks. I mean, in the end, it's fake. They're giving your body a boost of energy, more or less. But your body's still producing the same amount. Which means that after that boost will wear off, you will suffer with, depending on how much you drank, a certain heftiness, which might be troublesome. I'd still recommend the soft boosters, a Coke, Pepsi, whatever. I know that in America there is a big war between Pepsi and cola, or coffee. In Europe, there is no big war. There's basically Coca-Cola, and then there's other stuff. But in the United States of America, I read about sort of half the country is divided. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, and there are sport and entire stadiums totally dedicated to Pepsi, and then there are those dedicated to Coca-Cola, and they hate each other in eternal conflict. Whatever. Alrighty, okay. Let's. Do we need to drink that? No. So we're not going to, because we don't need to, even though we are technically examine. Nice. How can we stand up? I'm pressing the buttons. Maybe we need to drink. I mean, okay. It's interesting to see, or to hear his grunting. I've watched so much Walking Dead that I actually recognize that this is his grunting. That's well, the actor that's playing this character. Well, that's sort of very similar that I know the grunting of another man. But why not? It's not that bad to know Norman. It's his real name. Norman Reedus? Reeds? No, Reedus. Norman Reedus. Well, Daryl Dixon. You probably know that name better. Okay. Can we now... How can we leave this room? I'm pressing... take a shower? Okay, then we're taking a shower.
Sam, can you hear me?
For fuck's sake. Isn't anything private anymore?
Oh, no. Except for taking a shower and going to the toilet, that is. I take it you were getting yourself cleaned up. Good. Come to the president's office as soon as you're done. She's waiting for you.
You did well, Sam. Thank you. Bridget may no longer be with us, but her legacy has a chance to live on. Sam, listen to me. America, Reconstructionism, her dream isn't dead.
I don't want to hear it.
This is the face of our new hope. Our new America.
Homily.
My mother may be gone, but I'm here. And you, Sam, you're here too.
Been 10 years since you saw each other, right? And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
He knows why. My body's still on the beach. I don't get to grow older. But you do, Sam. You look good.
So you're serious then about reconnecting everyone and everything?
Someone has to succeed Bridget, Sam. More importantly, someone has to carry on her legacy and see our country rebuilt. Samantha America Strand, our new president. A new beginning for our people, for our nation. Under Emily's leadership, we'll re-establish the UCA, the United Cities of America. This is how we'll rebuild our country. But we'll need your help to do it, Sam.
No, I'm through with this. I said my goodbyes to all of you when I said them to Bridget.
We never forgot about you, Sam. You ran away. You cut us off.
Emily put together an expedition. The best of Bridges won. And went west.
I led them past craters in BT territory. I kept them safe while they searched for survivors.
Never once missed a BT. Saw him coming a mile away.
We convinced community after community to join the UCA, and we left behind our own people to help them. It took us 3 years, but we managed to make it all the way to Edgenot City.
All the way to the Pacific. Jesus.
Yeah, but then everything went to hell. The team was wiped out, and Emily was taken.
Taken?
I'm not being kept in a cell or anything like that. I'm allowed to use their facilities and to speak with you whenever I want. I just can't leave the city.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edgenot City. Well, that's what our keepers are saying, at least. They want the UCA to leave him be. Emily's their insurance policy in case we don't.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group. They run Edgenot City.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs.
You think the suicide that took out Central Knot was one of theirs?
Could be. There are extremists like the demons everywhere, plotting in the shadows. They're decentralized by nature. No one organization to rule them all. Just a common ideology.
I know not everyone shares our vision for the future. If we Americans don't come together again, humanity won't survive. I carried my mother's message to people all across the country. But not everyone was willing to accept it.
More than a few would rather stay isolated. Keep to themselves. Go it alone. Like you, Sam. They think that America can only be rebuilt by force, by men who tell them what to do, who take away their freedom and put them in shackles.
What'd you put on me, huh? You know better than the demons. Just another kind of cult.
They're not shackles, Sam. They're a symbol of our bonds. That's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together, to form chiral knots and reconnect.
Sam, we want you to go west and finish what Emily started. The people she left behind have been hard at work, setting up chiral network terminals. But these terminals are still isolated. We need you to bring them online. And for that, you'll need a Cupid. This contains all the necessary security and operations protocols to integrate a terminal into the chiral web. Take the Cupid west, Sam, and reconnect the people of our great nation. And when you get to Edgenot City, find Emily and bring her home.
After that, I'll take over the presidency and carry on Mother's work to save the country.
This was Bridget's dying wish. This is how we'll move forward.
Please, Sam. We need you.
I'm Sam Porter Bridges now. I'm not a Strand. Hell, I'm not even part of this outfit. You all saw to that. I'm not getting involved with you, or anyone else, ever again.
Wait!
See? It's like I'm not even here. Same as it ever was.
Sam! Sam! Hold on. Stop! Listen to me. America needs you. Both of you.
Yeah, covering the world in cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering. Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you try to do it again. Round and round it goes. Connect, reconnect, it's not that simple.
All right, Sam. Just take it easy. I get it. You don't have to commit to anything now. Why not get some rest?
Good idea. We all need our sleep. Leave it too long and you're liable to reconnect with the other side. The necessary maintenance has been completed. Various adjustments and fine-tuning for your benefit. You can use it again. For once, it would seem that Dooms and BBs are a good combination.
That is so creepy. What
Or
the...
perhaps the two of you have something of an affinity for one another.
Sam. Listen, you are Sam Strand.
No, I'm not. Not anymore. My name is Sam Porter Bridges.
It's a funny word, strand. A strand is part of rope or bond, while stranding means being washed up on the shore. And being stranded is when you can't go home. I'm stranded now, Sam. Here on the shore of the Pacific. Thousands of miles away, but our bond still holds. You're free, but we're still connected. Don't tell me we're not.
Damn, the music and dialogue, it almost feels like a movie. I mean, this... Kojima knows.
Come back, Sam. I'll be waiting for you.
Wait!
Good morning, Sam.
Sam, this is Die Hardman. You were out like a log. Must have been beat. Private rooms come with all the basic amenities. Shower, toilet, etc. Drop in when you need to rest. Inspect your gear, review info, or whatever else. If you have any questions, feel free to ask our staff. But before you do, why not check things out for yourself? See how Bridges operates these days.
by the way, if you hadn't noticed, the big guy, the big boned guy, some people would say fat, but that's not what we are going to do. We're doing it like Obelix, Asterix and Obelix, big bones. Guillermo del Toro, not sure if that's the correct way to pronounce it. If I mispronounce it, apologize. Please teach me. He is a known figure in the world of movies. He was actually the one that was tasked with making The Hobbit, the movies, or the movie, that later Peter Jackson had to take over. I'm not sure if you know that story. He actually went into pre-production for almost 2 years. It was his project, his baby, his dream, and then he left. Back in the days, I remember saying for personal reasons. I'm not sure what's the big reason behind that. I'm not sure if anyone knows, but he left. And then the project, well, laid there. And someone asked Peter Jackson, Peter, you've done a splendid job making Lord of the Rings. Could you please do a Hobbit? You have 3 months to prepare. Something like that. And he had years to plan Lord of the Rings, which is the reason why it was an awesome trilogy, because they planned almost longer, I believe, than they actually shot the movie. And they just threw him in there and said, Peter, you can do it. And he did it. He created the Hobbit movies. And I enjoy them. They're not a masterpiece. Well, they're not masterpieces. They're not the greatest movies of a century, like The Lord of the Rings. But they're enjoyable. And if you're into this Lord of the Rings world, it's easy to enjoy. Especially smaller scenes. Gandalf, Ian McKellen involved. And Bilbo, of course. The cast. Martin Freeman. Great cast. Yeah. Alrighty, so we examined the figures. We used the sink, the shower. Seriously? Standing toilet? They haven't made an animation to piss, have they? No, they haven't.
Sam, Hartman here. Researcher devoted to uncovering the secrets of the beaches and the Death Stranding, as well as those doomed and repatriates.
What?
When you relieve yourself, a certain amount of chiral matter is flushed from your system. Chiral matter can adversely affect hormone secretion and nervous function. There's a correlation between exposure and the development of phobias, as well as, in extreme cases, violent and suicidal impulses. Chiralium contamination has even been postulated as a trigger for the onset of dooms. Allow me to collect a sample of your excretions for my studies. They provide a non-invasive means to monitor your exposure to chiralium and your overall health.
Okay, so I am sitting. Alright, it's ridiculous. I still haven't quite gotten my head around this whole Death Stranding story. I mean, okay, so Norman Reed, what? I like that. Readers. And it was him, AMC, that's so much money that was necessary to create this. So we have a post-apocalyptic scenario. Everyone that dies, well, the bodies that when someone dies, their bodies need to be immediately incinerated. Otherwise, they're going to turn into super powerful, godlike, evil, spiritish beings, destroying every life form because they can. So that's the story where we are now. Okay. I mean, it's okay. What? Okay. And we're going to end this episode. Van Damme. I mean, enjoy this game. We're going to play it till the end now, I believe. And we just finished Hades. Or Hades. Until next time.